Hi, I'm Marvin Plackett, and today is Wednesday, May 27th. Greetings to all residents, to all staff, and to all guests. Patty is back. Patty and Larry, her husband, they're back. Delighted to have that. Patty works in the kitchen at Episcopal Church Home. She had COVID-19, fully recovered, back on the job, happy as ever. Delighted to have both of you back. Big 100th happy birthday to Betty Janicki. Huge. Betty Janicki today turned 100 years old. Betty lives at Episcopal Church Home, has been there for roughly 5 years, lived at Iris Park Commons before that for several years. I have known Betty since 1999. Betty was part of she was on the board at that time and was part of the executive team, or the panel of people that were chosen to hire the new CEO. So thank you, Betty. Here I am 21 years later, couldn't be more grateful, so delighted that you and the team members hired me. And Betty, I've known you now for 21 years, it's been nothing but a delight. And to Martha, Helen, Nick, and Candy, sure wish we could have had that big party that I know you talked to me about a few months ago. I hope we will one day have that great big party for Betty's 100th. To let you know that since yesterday's 1:30 update, we have had our second COVID-19 death. We are, of course, very saddened by that, and I'm keeping you updated. It was over the weekend that we had our first COVID-19 death. As I mentioned to you yesterday, everybody that lives and this person has lived for a while at Episcopal Church Home as well. I'm not sure how long actually, but they were in our dedicated COVID-19 unit. Everybody that lives in one of our 2 nursing homes, and just like in nursing homes around the country, they are frail. They have often multiple comorbidities and need assistance with a number of activities of daily living. And so it is a frail population. And of course, as we know, the majority of deaths that occur from COVID-19 are those that are in the frailest condition to start with. And as I mentioned to you also yesterday, most by far in our nursing homes, they already do have do not resuscitate or do not intubate orders. And so that is part of the experience of acknowledging one's frailty and where they are in their, let's say, in their position in life at the time. And we feel badly for every death that occurs, of course. And yet at the same time, death is inescapable. And we enrich life absolutely as much as possible here at Episcopal Homes, right to the very end. Since yesterday, we have no new confirmed COVID-19 cases. Very pleased to report that. And 3 more staff. I already mentioned one, Patty. 2 additional ones are resolved. That is, they no longer are contagious, they no longer have COVID-19, and they're back on the schedule. So that means that as of right now, we have 15 confirmed COVID-19 cases. 7 are residents and 8 are staff. And remember, of all the residents, they are all located in our dedicated COVID-19 unit. They were all from Gilbert House. And of course, all staff that currently have confirmed cases, they are not on the schedule. And as I've mentioned to you multiple times, if any staff person feels any symptoms before they start their shift, we have communicated so many times, don't show up for your shift. Don't even show up on our premises. Just stay home, let us know, and call your healthcare provider. And if you do show up, and of course many people don't have symptoms, then we put you through a screen to do our best to screen out any potential cases of COVID-19. Testing occurred yesterday at Episcopal Church Home. It's occurring today, and it's occurring tomorrow. Yesterday, almost all of the residents were tested, and a good percent of the staff. So I think it was over 150 total tested yesterday. And as I mentioned to you also, that of course the more we test, the more we are going to have confirmed cases. And we want to know the information. We want to know where we stand so that we can best take care of those who have it, and that we can protect those that do not have it from acquiring it. So this is very important information. Testing, contact tracing, isolating, vital. Just a reminder also that again, that the testing that occurred yesterday, today, and tomorrow, that's just for those at Episcopal Church Home. The Gardens and Iris Park Commons, that is yet to be scheduled. And for our independent communities, we don't know if at some point down the road, those will get scheduled. The priority from the health department right now are nursing homes and assisted living, not independent living communities. I want to remind everybody that the key, by far, the key measures that we all can take and we all need to take to prevent acquiring the virus or spreading the virus, social distancing in combination with wearing a mask. Those two things are vital. Staying at least 6 feet apart, and remember 6 feet, roughly speaking, that's 3 arm lengths apart from one another, and then wearing a mask. If we do those things, and if we do those things consistently, we have a dramatic effect on whether or not we will acquire it or whether or not we will spread it. So social distancing and wearing masks, absolutely vital. I have a message to read from Mary Ruth and from, let's say, our tech department. Sensors were installed last night across our community to gather data on our Wi-Fi system, on our Wi-Fi signal. This is part of a broader effort to improve both our internet and cable services. While these systems have been important to our daily lives in the past, they have become increasingly important, even urgent, amidst COVID-19. We all need access to current information, and I want to ensure everyone who wants to get our daily updates can get them and hear them, because we've heard from a number of you. I can see Marvin, I can see the Spiritual Life Department, I can see the various things, but I can't hear it. Well, you clearly need to hear it. As part of this effort, we identified a repair needed on our cable sound, for example, just yesterday. Beyond our TVs, we are adopting computers, phones, and iPads now to deliver enrichment and well-being programming. This programming was historically all provided face-to-face, which of course is our preference. However, we are working with all of you creatively to fulfill our mission of enriching life and building community through other means. We need input from across campus to support these efforts, and your input needs to be detailed to help us pinpoint and address the issues. By the end of this week, so it's just 2 more days, by the end of this week, expect a paper survey on your technology use and experience to help us with this important effort. Thank you very much for your help. And I will add, thank you very much for your patience. This has really taken too long for us to solve some of these problems, but you know what? We only have today, right? So we're working on it. Expect to see this survey here within just a few days. And then again, your detailed response will be most vital to us getting on top of this, resolving the issues. Good to see you all. Be well. Take care. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1:30. Bye-bye.